How's it, everybody? Brought along over here, and I'm gonna give you guys a quick rundown on the property. It's not that big, probably like just a little bit more over 7 acres, but more than what you can buy in Hawaii. You know what I mean? But nah, just joking. But I will show you guys the property. So we're gonna make our way out here, and this back portion of the land is pretty big. This square, we get tomatoes. I don't know if you can see, but we get tomatoes like right over there. You see them? Yeah, right where I'm pointing. Bomb, right there. Tomatoes. Maybe I'll go show you guys the tomatoes. Yeah, it's the Beef Master, I think, is the name of the tomato. So this is our first experiment. And this tomato's been producing. We get so much tomatoes. Crazy. And we get cherry tomatoes all over here. They look like they stay dying because it's not the fertilizer. We gave them fertilizer, but I just think it's old age already. But we get cherry tomatoes. We get I think that's called the slicer tomato. So we get the slicer tomato, and then we get the Beef Master over there. And then we go on false pear tree over here. False pear tree. And then we go and chair over there where, you know, kind of like contemplate my life over there. We just work our way out here, just outside the property, out of the back. And then we go and shed over here. I think it's 16 by 14, or is it 14 by 16? I'm not sure. It's pretty big though. But we just full on rebuild this shed. And we get some plans over here for this. We'll be doing native Hawaiian jewelry over here. We just gonna fix them up. We got them refurbished. We had them all taken care of. And then we going, I don't know if you see that top end right there. That's for make dry fish and stuff. You know, back in the Hawaiian days, you know what I mean? But yeah, everything is all finished. So we just do the rundown on them. Got them all fixed, all taken care of. And then for this, I don't know if you can see in the camera because the camera doesn't really do diligence on it, but it's kind of far away. It's really far back. But if you step inside, you can tell the distance from them. But it's pretty far away. So we had the vacuum over here, getting that, you know, vacuum all the areas. Then we had the whole thing all anti-bug treated. So we got them all anti-bug treated. That way, no many like mud wasps, because we had before back in I think it was last year, we had mud wasp problem over here in this little shed that we're gonna turn into. And then later on, we're gonna put over here. I'm gonna cut that out, and then we're gonna put AC in here because this is gonna be our little workshop that we're gonna do. Me and my wife. We're gonna be making, you know, like the Hawaiian stuff. I was gonna make my own on the corner over there. I was gonna do, you know, just some natural woodwork over there. You know, make some stuff, and well, we can, you know, because we're not really busy. So I figure we might as well use our time and, you know, be productive. So yeah, that's what the plan. These three, I could say shelves, but they're not really shelves. They're more like compressed wood. So we're taking them all down. We're gonna replace that with real legit shelves. We're gonna put a wraparound over there, and then get rid of those three compressed wood over there. Put a wraparound for me for do my stuff, and then for my wife for do her stuff over there. So we're gonna move over here. We're gonna get out of here, out of the shed. I'm gonna put you guys down real quick. No mind, you're gonna be kind of like darkness, but I had to lock the shed, you know what I mean? So then we can go over here. So if you look over there, we got a river right behind there that run through my property. It's a pretty big river that we. One day we was thinking maybe we do hydroelectric or something back down. It runs over my property, so we're gonna do that. But we're going over here. We get a couple fruit trees, I think. Peaches, I think it was over here. It's all over here. Kind of. She goes on, you know. He gave us peaches and stuff the past couple of years now, so pretty stoked about that. But we get all this land over here that we're not really too sure what we're gonna do yet on this portion of the property. But when you go towards the other portion of the property, it's even more bigger. So we can go over here towards this side, and then you can be able to see what I was saying about this side. We get a couple more fruit trees popping up, chestnut and stuff like that. And then I believe we get pecans too. But this property is really, really big, really self-sufficient. And then we're making our way to the garage. That's the workhorse. This is the real muscle on the homestead right there. But that's the property right there. So we're going to the garage. And I was debating about putting a little garage over here. I'll show you. And we get some green onion growing over here. Some green onion growing. You know, remember the old Hawaiian days. And then we get in here. A garage. So this is a garage. It's a pretty big garage. I think it's like 36 by 40. Pretty big. This is where we do our Hawaiian native arts and stuff over here. And then we get the quads and stuff over here. The John Deere, and you know, we get the shelf over here for unload and whatnot. You know, we get the typical chainsaw and stuff. But, you know, the typical garage in basically the typical rural garage. But when it comes to that little grass mound over there, we're gonna get that removed and we're gonna build one 20 by 40 greenhouse. We're gonna stop around here, I think, around this, yeah, right here. So we're gonna stop right around here. But all of this area right here, we probably gonna clear them out, but we're not sure what we're gonna do with that yet. And then we get down here on the pecan tree. Pecan. This little green mound right here is actually on fire pit, like overgrown. We never cut them yet. So we gotta cut that, get that taken care of. But yeah, that's the pecan tree with the tire swing over there. A couple of times we get snakes that hang out over there, so we don't really let the keikis go over there. So they don't really go over there. Well, at least when we're not there. And then yeah, that's the property. But on that end though, we got a lot of things that's going to be happening. Hopefully very soon with the property. Me and the wife haven't decided yet what we're gonna do. We're thinking about doing sheep and stuff because we're gonna make the entire property is surrounded with fence, but we're not sure what we're gonna do yet with the home. Yeah, so that's the property though. So, but on that end, oh, here comes my daughter. So, yeah, that's the really glimpse of the property. And I'll see you guys in the next video for sure. Take it easy, guys. Yes, sir.